want to tap dance.
It's pretty fun.
So
You asked,
hopefully, we'll get, some folks to, you just kind of get people, and tell them, hey, do some fun stuff. I do like high school graduate videos every year. And one year we were like in a little, you know, playground area and had the kids were seniors, but we had them like, in the little toy cars and stuff like that, just it's just looking at the camera and smiling. That's, it's real simple. There's no pressure on people. And like I say, this friend of mine is really good at making people feel comfortable and keeping it fun and,
Yeah.
so hopefully we'll get some folks to show up.
So
you
we're,
did
we're
ask Mark. Go ahead, John.
well, I
Go
was going
ahead.
to say we're 45 minutes into this. I've made some notes, so I don't know what the time frame is here for people, but I'd like to kind of go over notes and see if there's we have some consensus here. And of course,
I would
Marla,
like to
you
say
know,
real quick something that right now we have 66 going on the tour and 69
For dinner.
going to dinner.
Great.
How
And
is
I
the dinner
think the
being
way,
paid? How is the dinner working?
well, I think we're gonna I need to send out a letter to all those people, tell them how much it is. I'm not sure. How do you guys think the best way to handle the money is just have them pay when they're at Los Toros, or
Collect
how
the
do we do
money.
this?
Yeah, collect the money as they walk in the door.
But aren't we
Have a
limited to a
list.
certain number of people?
Check them off as you go, as you
Well,
come
you
in
know
the
what?
door.
It was 460, but I mean, it's, I don't think it'll matter if more people show up.
So was your agreement with them that we'd pay when we got there?
I think we
I
paid.
don't know.
Kelly, that was
I
Kelly's.
think we pay in advance. So we put a deposit down, and I think they've got the credit card on file. So I think it's
So
So
we
are
need to pay
people
Kelly.
need to pay Kelly?
Yes. And Linda,
Yeah.
your assistant, correct?
yeah.
it's Linda's personal credit
She
card, right?
probably won't be there though, unless she's coming to our 50-year reunion.
So we do need to figure out
She'll-
how, Kelly,
I'm sorry.
that's very generous of you to buy 60 people dinner, unless you figure out a way that we can pay you back.
Yes,
Well,
we would like to pay when we go in. I think that's a great way to do it, is that
So
you
if
pay.
you create a QR code for us to go pay you back, then people can just do that when they walk in the door.
okay.
I
There
mean,
you
can you
go.
think of another way that's going to be easier?
Oh,
Venmo.
I'll pay for it. I mean, it's not
No,
not,
You're
You're
not
not
going
going
to
to the
pay for
reunion.
it, Kelly. No.
it's for me, look, here's what I'm really good at, and here's what I suck at. I suck at being a leader in any of this stuff.
That is not true. Okay, go
No,
ahead.
no, no. That's why I sit here quietly for a little time. I'm really good. If you give me marching orders, I'll go do it. And this is going to sound horrible, and I apologize, but I'm actually better at just paying for something to get it done. So if you need someone to do a video, if you need someone to do I don't know, balloon art, I don't know, anything. I'm really good at paying for people to do that kind of thing. I don't really care. My purpose here, honestly, is because I do believe for so many of us, this is going to be our last reunion. If you look at the statistics,
Yeah.
50 to 60 is a drop off, and I just want to make it a success. So it doesn't really matter to me if the money comes back or
We'll
not.
pay him back.
Yeah.
Kelly, I
Happen.
think you said how many people, did you say how many people Linda kind of had a count for Los
Yeah.
Toros? Did she have kind of a number?
I'll have to ask her. I think it's felt like, I think, I don't know this for sure, but I think I recall 60. I think that was the
That's
number.
what I recall also.
But we're looking at
Okay.
90 now, so we probably got
No,
to
no,
Oh,
No,
not
no, no, 69.
69. Okay, yeah,
It's
okay.
actually
So it really
67 because
doesn't.
we got counted twice.
Plus, when we
I
get
have
to
a
that
feeling
point,
we're not.
when we get to
What?
that point, there's going to be drop off of people who
Yeah.
sign up and don't
Yeah.
show
Oh,
up.
definitely.
When we get to that point, I think we just need to make sure Los Toros is aware. I mean, because they've got to cook the food, right? I mean, it's going to be
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
so. Yeah. I
And
don't know.
then
That's why I have a Linda. Like I said, I'm really suck at a lot of it.
bless her.
I'm good at people.
Right.
I'm good at hiring people like Linda. So people that get stuff done.
I did look at the the reunion committee site, the list of people who've registered, it looks like we're around 120 people who have registered.
Is that
Yeah.
including the spouse?
No,
That's
no.
just our classmates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
No
not
one else
tickets,
that is
just
coming
the classmates.
is
Yeah.
on that
When you
list.
say registered, you mean registered with the reunion committee, not
Yes.
Yes.
tickets. Those are two
Correct.
different things,
Right.
Yes.
They
right?
have
The
registered.
reunion
I
They're
committee,
I am
registered with
pushing
the reunion committee.
registration.
yes, the
But I
reunion
have a
committee.
feeling that we're probably at a, I mean, to me, that seems really pretty darn good, 120
It does.
at
But I
this
know
stage.
there are more that
Right,
are coming that are not registered.
right.
How can they come and not register?
Well, they just haven't done it.
They do it at the door. You
They
can pay
they
at the
just
They
door.
can't
haven't
pay at
done
the
it.
door. No, they can't pay at the door.
I thought that they could.
I think there's a price
Oh,
for
they
at the
can,
door.
but it's more, it's like,
Yeah.
a
How are we
zillion
going to have
dollars.
enough food for, because we have to let the caterer know, right?
Well, they can pay
Well,
and
I think it's
not
Yeah.
for
eat.
quite a few people.
Yeah, I
With-
mean, as we
It's
get
being supplied.
closer.
Okay. Is this confirmed or are you just making this shit up? Because if people show up at the door
It's
because
for real.
Julia and Jayne said you can just show up and then there's
Yeah.
not food for them, I'm sorry. That's not
No,
Well,
it is.
that's their problem.
There's a price for if you buy that day on the website. For real. I'm not making this shit
I
up.
think I'm trying to think how many people we're on the contract as far as we're Tipsy Goat is planning for. I think
Wasn't it?
it's like, what was
Maybe
it,
they
like
can just buy
140 or
off a
50?
menu if
I
they
thought
show
it was
up at the last
200.
minute.
150. Judy, you think that's the limit?
No,
Well,
I think it
no,
was
I mean, I think
150
that as
and
we
200
Yeah, I remember
in the
one day
contract.
200, no
We
problem.
have a contract somewhere. Let me look for it.
Yeah, we've got the contract. I think it's just, I mean, since it's reunion committees dealing with it, as if they start to see, hey, look, you're already almost, it's the end of July, you're already at, the number of people we've contracted for, then we can, you know, expand on that.
Okay. So I'm getting really confused between how many people have registered with the reunion committee and how many people have bought their reunion tickets. They're not the same number, right?
That is not the same
Correct.
number.
So 120 people have registered with the reunion committee. We don't know
Yes.
how many, and about 90 or 80 have purchased their tickets.
The last
It was
time, the last
90 last
update I
time.
got, it was over 90, and that's been at least a month or so ago. So
Mhm.
I
So-
think we're
One thing that I noticed was Penny and Juan bought their tickets immediately. I talked to Penny about this, and she did not register herself. Juan registered, and that's how he bought the tickets.
mhm.
But Penny is not registered, so she's not showing up as registered, even though
Oh, yeah.
her ticket
that's
is
true.
paid for.
Yeah.
And, I would think that and that's one of the email addresses that the reunion committee said bounced back, and they've had that same email address for 100 years. So it
They
was,
said it bounced back.
yes.
A lot of them do say that on they give them the number one that
Yeah.
they were not contacted.
So I
It's
think
very
we have
funny.
to send out our own, well, I did start sending out emails to addresses that we do have and addresses that we don't have, just to see if we get any response. Because I just got a response from somebody that I sent an email to in January. So, some people are just hanging on waiting.
Yeah, I know. Somebody I know, and I said, "Come on, you don't you want to go?" And oh, I'm still thinking about it. Maybe I'll think about it. If he does it, if he buys a ticket, it's going to be last minute. That's just, so I'm sure he's not the only one.
No.
Little side turn here. Sorry, what is the date of the reunion again?
13.
September 13th.
It was last weekend.
Are you
You missed
busy?
it.
Are you busy?
Trust me.
Is it on your calendar?
I've got to be in Australia at some point during that period, so I got to make sure it's
Mm.
time. The 12th is Los Toros.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you guys going to be around after? I mean, we'd love to invite you over for a drink, the committee, if you guys are going to be around. But we're doing Los Toros the night before. Yeah.
Right.
So, so if you and to buy you guys dinner while you're here, if you want to come to Malibu, the 'cause I don't travel well, so if you guys want to come to my house,
Said the
that's
guy
fine.
who's going to Australia.
That's why I don't travel. Gotta save it up for those trips. Um, so I'd love to have you guys, the reunion committee, not the whole class reunion, but the reunion committee. And so if you guys are around, just let me know. Love to do it, and if you're interested.
Sounds great.
I'd
Let's
love
do it.
to,
That's nice,
because
Kelly.
I'm really looking forward to meeting your wife. She seems like she'd be an awesome person
I want
to.
to meet Linda.
He
Yeah.
was the one.
Yes, and Linda,
Linda's
definitely.
awesome. Yeah, but Linda's background is unbelievable. My wife's the crazy one. That's why I was asking Julia if she knew the name because it could have been my wife.
Oh.
Um,
Oh, no, no,
the
no.
Ellie.
Linda is, if you guys watch Mission Impossible back in the day,
Yeah.
Greg
Oh, yeah.
Morris was Barney. That's her dad. Um,
Oh,
Nice.
really?
yeah,
Greg Morris?
yeah. Her brother, Phil Morris, was, if you watch Seinfeld, he was Kramer's attorney, Jackie Childs.
Oh.
Mr. Jackie.
Jackie Childs.
Oh.
And yeah, Linda was born into this Hollywood black royalty. Where
Wow.
And that was
Interesting.
important back then because the white actors didn't really hang out with the black actors back then. So she was raised by Sidney Poitier. She was raised by Bill Cosby. She was
Nice.
Oh, wow.
Very
on and
cool.
on. Sammy Davis Jr., yeah, she got a fascinating background.
Mm.
Interesting. Oh, man. Yeah. We want to meet Linda.
She just published her second book, but her first under her own title. She writes
Wow.
50,000 words a month as practice.
Jeez.
Yeah.
How did she end up with you?
Right? I don't know. She came back. She was a writer for Hallmark back in Kansas. And and I know her brother. I know Phil. And she was coming to town, needed a job, and we hired her so many years ago, and she's been with me ever since. And now she followed me to the Australian company. So she's with F5 Collective now. And yeah,
Nice.
organized person I know. She keeps me honest. So I will make sure if you guys are here for a drink, she comes out too, and you can meet her.
Great.
That'd be awesome.
Sold. Yes.
The person that's been putting up all my
You
ears.
have written down, Marla, about reunion swag.
Oh, yeah. So here's the thing, and this is like a bone of contention with me. We get a lot of people who are not part of our class who keep entering the group and saying they've got t-shirts and blah 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 for sale. And I keep deleting these people off of our group. But I thought, does the high school have any t-shirts and stuff? Because the high schools here do. They have promotional t-shirts for the high school. It'd be nice to get something. I don't know if the school colors are different now.
Not that I know.
I do have one that my friend, very good friend, sent me 2 years ago. It's a blue navy shirt with orange writing. Her daughter works at the school.
Okay.
So they have sweatshirts.
So that
Yeah,
might be
but
something we could use as a prize as well.
isn't the reunion committee selling the t-shirts and sweatshirts?
Reunion
Yes.
shirts, yeah, but not like high school.
Oh,
And maybe the reunion committee would give us because those shirts are expensive from the reunion
Yeah.
committee. Sorry, they're expensive. And probably
I
Mhm.
asked them about,
Oh, I
if
bet
they
the high
had
school
any
ones are.
issue of, if there was any other merch that, people were selling, and they didn't seem to have any issue with it. So, when I call the school about maybe some students helping with the video, I can ask, if they have any merch that they'd like to. I kind of don't want to like take stuff and then have to I don't know. Here's my question. Would somebody be in charge of kind of handling that? Because I don't know that I particularly want to deal with
I don't want to sell anything at the reunion. That's not what I'm talking
sell
about.
anything.
I'm talking
Okay.
about having something
Having some there just to
as
okay.
As
prizes.
prizes.
it's prizes.
Okay.
Like I wouldn't even do a shirt just because I would do a hat just because it's like
Okay.
everybody's head fits the same size, right, Kelly?
Not this one. No.
No.
No, my head's big too. But still, I just think that a hat is safer than a shirt. Just in
I
general.
have an old bumper sticker
You do?
Do you?
from
I have
our
my tassel. I have my tassel. So that's another thing. So for people who want to help, I think putting somebody in charge of the memorabilia, not having, I don't want to do that. I do
No.
not.
Yeah, I think that's a good task for
Definitely think we
somebody.
should ask someone.
Somebody who's going to set up the table and kind of make sure stuff gets set out. If somebody's going to bring memorabilia, do we want it labeled? Do we just want to leave it there for people to touch? I don't know. That just seems like it's a slippery slope of losing stuff that means something to other people. You know?
Well, I know that Diana Jorgensen has tons of stuff because I have pictures and pictures and pictures that she has sent me.
Does she want to bring her stuff?
Well, I don't know. I said maybe you could put it in a scrapbook because it's mostly papers and pictures and programs
Okay.
from and swim meet stuff. Kelly, you're all over it.
Of course
She's
you
got
are.
a whole
She was your
bunch.
stalker. You had a high
We were
school
the-
stalker.
We were the poor family that lived across the street from the football field and in an apartment. We didn't have a camera. So the only pictures I have are the ones in the yearbook.
Oh my gosh.
I know, sad.
He
But
did,
maybe Diana would be somebody who would be
Yeah.
a good person to do that. Jayne, would you ask her?
Yeah, I can ask her. And I'm also thinking now Stephanie volunteered and Valerie volunteered today.
To do
They couldn't.
memorabilia?
No, they just
To help
volunteered
with
and asked
something.
what we needed help with.
Great.
Could maybe
So we
send
can
an
ask
email to
them.
the three of them and asking them to do that if they would be willing to do that. And if not, then maybe they could help with grading.
Yeah. And then also we had Mike DuPont and his wife and David Oatman and his wife that will help, I assume, set up. Mike said yes, he would help set up.
We have to
We
set up.
needed help.
We have to set up.
No,
Okay.
no, we don't. But we got to hang banners.
Okay.
Just little things that are going to need done first.
I think if people want to volunteer and you don't have a job for them, I think offering them grading as an option, it'd be like a half-hour shift that way. They wouldn't have to do it all night long. They would just do it for a short period of time. Then we wouldn't get stuck with doing all of it either.
How will and then also, Marla, how does the bingo thing, I mean, do we need people to kind of be like I don't know,
It'll be Marla. She'll be the person.
I'll do that.
okay.
Marla
all right.
and John
I'll be in
Caduta
charge of
will do
bingo.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then are we going to give some prizes to the people who complete the bingo cards and also prizes for like Penny and Juan and people that
Right.
have
People that
that kind of
I
actually,
wasn't thinking about that.
I would like to see that just
Well-
because it's kind of fun to know who came the
Well, that
furthest.
could be a candy bar kind of thing. I mean, it doesn't
Mhm.
Yeah,
have
it
to
doesn't
be.
have to be.
I'm thinking more that it's just to let people know, hey, you know what? Penny and Juan have been together.
Or
and
like
it's
just
that cool.
acknowledgement.
Yeah.
You want acknowledgements?
I think acknowledgement is plenty. If they get acknowledgement, they'll stand up, everybody will clap for them, they'll be all happy. They don't need a prize.
I wasn't saying
Prizes
they
are
would get a
fun.
prize.
come on, Julia, don't be such a stick in the mud.
I
See,
wasn't saying they'd
give
get
them
a
candy
prize,
bar.
Julia. I was saying
Come on,
I had
nice.
just
bingo, they
said
get a
like maybe
prize.
we could give them a candy bar or something.
It'll be a nice
Oh, candy
September
bar
warm
is fine,
evening
but
with
I
a
think
melted
people
chocolate.
don't.
Yeah, that's all I had in mind. Just a little,
Yeah.
well, here's your world
So
famous.
how was that something like Jayne, you've got that list of who's traveled the farthest and all that stuff?
I do, but
Okay.
that's from the 20 year.
Okay. So can you send me the
But I can,
questions again?
yeah, I can send you all the questions.
All right, send me those questions and then I'll send out a request for a fun fact for the bingo game. And Judy, would you do the acknowledgement?
And they just have to
Responsible for that?
answer
Would you be okay with that?
questions.
Sounds like
As
John
far-
wants to go out and buy candy bars.
No problem.
Judy, would you be responsible for the acknowledgement part of it?
as far as just
I can do that.
in I guess I'm like, what would I be doing?
I don't know.
Well, I will send out questions. How long have you
Okay.
been married?
I
how
would rather
many?
just send out a questionnaire one time
Yeah.
than doing all these other emails. So if you're going to send out the questions, I want
I'm
to
with
Put
you,
them
add,
Kelly.
together?
give me a fun fact for, and send it to me so that you
Okay.
don't know, so that you can play.
Okay.
Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay.
So
And
if
I
then,
it's
mean,
just
or
gleaning, like from that and going, okay, most grandchildren married the longest, are together the longest, travel the farthest. I'm fine with doing that because I don't think we want too many. I think we just want a few. We don't, this isn't a participation, oh, here, you get a candy bar and you get a candy bar. Just
I
want a
will
few of the biggies.
get those questions. So are they going to be separate or together?
they're going together. They're going in one
Okay. The
email,
questionnaire will go together.
the questionnaire and the questionnaire of of how far are you traveling, grandchildren, all that stuff. I mean, how do you, I don't know, when you did it the first time, because I don't remember that initial letter, how many grandchildren did you have? Is that a question that you asked?
Not back
It was
then.
probably children. I think it was at our 20.
Did you ask that question? How many children do you have? And those are the questions that you asked? Okay. So then I would
Yeah.
have to go through every response to see who had the most, who answered the question, not necessarily who was there, because if Penny and Juan don't respond to the questionnaire, Julia, they're not going to
Right.
be in the game, right?
Right.
Okay. So the same thing. So if we send out that email, that comes to me with the fun fact about you that you don't think anybody knows for bingo, you're not going to know. The only one who's going to know that answer is me, right? That's what I'm trying to make it clear. So we're not sending out multiple emails for people to respond to and they're going to get annoyed. I don't want people to get annoyed because I tend to annoy people, apparently, according to my mother-in-law. I'm annoying. Life's a bitch. And then you
I want
marry.
to hang out with you the whole night.
You're welcome to. All right.
Hmm.
Got that. Yeah. Okay. So your thoughts? Yes.
My thoughts are feeling a little scrambled right now.
Okay.
But I think that list you sent out, Marla, that was, I thought, a really good framework.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now. Whoops, just threw it on the floor.
Okay. All
That
right.
is a nice way to look at it.
You mean the event planner thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just spreading it out from June, August.
Okay. All right.
A
So
week
two things
before.
I want to do before we head off, because it's already been an hour. I want to schedule our next meeting, which I want to do in either the next 3 or 4 weeks. I know we have to work that out with Linda Kelly, but still,
Thank you.
because you're not in charge. Are you,
And John will join us next time.
John? John, yes,
Yeah.
John. Hopefully.
Florida, John.
Yeah. The other John.
Jon.
Juanito. We call him Juanito. All right. So I'm looking at my calendar for May. So Memorial Day is the 27th. Is that right?
26.
26th, Monday the
Sorry. My
26th.
calendar starts on Monday. So how about, oh, I'd love to do it on the 22nd. Oh, crap. I just planned something for the 22nd. How about the 21st? That's a month from now.
In May, I'm going to be.
Is that too soon?
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna be,
21st?
I'll be in Boston.
How about June 4th?
Let me look.
June 4th is a Wednesday. We can do it. I can do it Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday that week. Actually, I can do it Tuesday or Wednesday that week.
My pre-Linda answer is that's okay.
There's a big asterisk there.
All right. Yeah, we're flying. We're
Yeah,
driving
I
down.
think it's okay. I need to check more
Okay.
things, but
So how about tentatively say June 4th, tentatively June 4th at 1.
Right.
At 1. Okay.
Um, and William will hopefully have a microphone then.
Hmm.
Whatever that was.
yeah. That's crazy.
Okay. And so Jayne, you're going to send me that things, and John, you were
Yes.
taking notes, so you're going to send everybody their marching orders. I love having a secretary. It's awesome.
Well, here's what I do. I do take notes. So I'm just going to go through these quickly in case somebody wants to elaborate on them. So program, I think Judy, you mentioned that. I would be happy to help you put together a quick, simple program if you would like. The bingo game, what do you need from us, if anything, to help you with all the questions or whatever you need for bingo? It seems like you need 64 or whatever, how many different bingo things there are, right? Questions or something for the bingo game. Do you have that under control?
Yes.
Okay. Greeters, I think we beat that up enough. Donations, I only wrote down two things here: balloons and 50-year trinkets is my wording here. It seems like, I think, Judy, you said the reunion committee had some other ideas of what.
Well, those were their suggestions. They provide centerpieces and all, and then the Tipsy Goat kind of has its decor, and they have the little battery candles for the tables
Yeah,
outside. She just said if we were, if somebody was looking to donate something or whatever, that
yeah.
those were some possibilities. So balloons and, you know,
Stuff that
50,
said
50
50
year
years and a
kind of
year
stuff.
old.
If they
And
want to donate decorations, if they just want to generally make a donation, they could donate to the fund that's helping people pay for all of the search engines they've got. Some people have put out a lot of money for that.
Mm.
okay.
Right?
So okay, I'm just reading off my notes. Next is the memorabilia table. Definitely had some people on that, some discussion on that. One thing that we didn't talk about was the Angel Fund. I think we need to get back on that and put a broadcast out there. There are people in need. We do a lot of that in our church and help, people go to conferences and youth camp and stuff like that. So I think we need to get that out there. I don't know if that's through, I thought the reunion committee said that they do that periodically. They
Yeah,
send
yeah,
out.
they have it set up.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, if they have any extra left over, that money can go for door prizes, is what they do.
Okay. Then we have this debate about posting the name of the confirmed people with tickets. I think I heard Kelly said, hey, I'm 100% for it, because if I see somebody's name, that's going to get me excited. Hey, Billy Smith's going to be there, Bob Hicks or whatever. And for me, that's a deal closer. Like, okay, I'm going. So I'm gonna have to decide that today, but I think we need to make that decision soon. And
I thought it was decided that you were going to do it. Jayne is going to do it.
I was going to do register. I
Okay.
wasn't, I
okay,
don't have a current list of tickets.
Okay. So just do the registered then.
okay,
Okay.
okay. Then I won't beat that up anymore. And then the pay for dinner. So at the Friday night dinner, we'll talk about how that money's going to be collected at the door or whatever. I would definitely not recommend trying to get money in advance, but collect it at the door. And then just notes 120 registered, approximately 90 tickets have been sold. The 90 tickets are including spouses. So there's 120 registered classmates plus their spouses or plus ones. But there's 90 total tickets have been sold.
As of like more than a month ago.
Yeah, but that's just some
That's
rough numbers.
yeah.
But we have 400 emails, so it seems like statistically we could get a lot more going here, if you have 400 confirmed emails.
We
And
hope to, but I don't know. Julie and I have sent emails to so many people and
yeah,
gotten some responses.
yeah.
I'm really excited when I get a response, but it's
It's been
very few.
pretty poor, like 10%
Yeah.
or yeah,
Maybe 5%.
really that bad. Okay.
I think we've sent hundreds.
There's a lot of procrastinators out there. There's no doubt
Well,
about it.
we've sent emails to almost everybody. Well, everybody that we could find emails for. And then the ones
Yeah.
that we weren't sure about. So that's like, yeah.
Like 1,100.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. 1,100. Yeah. And the last one was the swag. And I agree with Marla, just we're going to get something, just get some hats. So it's more universal. Yeah. and don't go crazy on that.
All right, I need to know what your thoughts are on the fella that wanted to donate because he's too busy. He wants to be part of the committee. Do we want to cover that stuff with his money, or
I'm
do
sorry.
we,
Oh,
he would like to help if we have any need for extra money?
Well,
So
I'll just,
all that stuff can be covered if we, I said I would make him a list if we decided that at the meeting.
so I would do this response. We've met and we definitely want to take you up on your donation. We're just not ready to tell you exactly what it is yet. Can you give us some time, please?
Oh, I'm sure that would work fine.
Yep.
Cool.
I have one other thing about Los Toros, and that's just confirmation of how the money's going to be collected, because I don't want Kelly to get ripped off. That somebody's going to
No,
be
I don't
money.
either.
I mean, you could do it to a Venmo. We could do it to a Venmo or
That's what
some
we
sort of.
did last year at the dance recital. We just, everyone Venmoed me
How would you feel
if
about
they
that?
needed to pay for things.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
All right, great.
I'm just gonna,
All right, so I'll let
gotta
people
ask
know.
Linda.
And I believe it was $30 a person, right? Does anyone remember?
Like that.
I could look at notes, but
I think it was somewhere around there.
okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for me, just tell me what you want me to do and I'll do it.
I know.
You just point
I
me in
know.
a direction and
I
I'll do
know.
it.
I just don't want your wife to hate me.
No, she loves everybody. You'll get the when you meet her, she gives these like 10-minute hugs.
Oh, I hate those.
Yeah, me too. I'm not a huggy guy either. So yeah.
No,
Well,
no, no.
good
I'm
luck.
kidding. I'm
Good
totally
luck with
kidding.
that then. I'm teaching.
William says there will always be people paying back. Sorry, William,
I
you're
don't
so
know.
quiet.
Anyway, so I'm teaching for the next 2 weeks. So I'm booked solid. I mean, I've got to write all my lecture notes to do all that.
Okay.
But when I'm done teaching in 2 weeks, I can do whatever you want me to do for
Okay.
than when I'm traveling back to
All right.
Harvard.
Cool.
Any chance you could shoot out to Chatsworth on May 24th for the video?
Maybe,
That'd be awesome.
as long as I'm not in it, that'll be good.
Oh, what's the point of that?
Right? I can hold a
What?
camera.
You could take one of your swimming pictures and like hold the body part of it under your neck.
Exactly.
Bring my old Speedo, dress up for them.
Yeah,
No, no,
yeah.
no, no, no. None of that. None of that. Just use the picture.
Could
No,
do
that would be awesome, Kelly. I think that I'd appreciate it. I think the more people we get to kind of show up, the better.
Yeah, I will do my best.
right.
I gotta talk to Linda.
Okay.
Okay, before we sign off, are you guys okay with me putting this entire video up on the Facebook page?
Did I behave? I don't remember.
Mostly. I only swore a couple
Oh,
times.
always, you always.
Yeah, there was a few bad words.
I'm not worried
Oh,
about
you
bad
know
words.
what?
Is there anything else besides that? And thank you for that, Julia. I definitely will.
Yeah, that part.
Okay, next meeting is
Maybe.
June 4th at 1 p.m.
Yep.
Nice
Cool.
to see you all.
Okay. Thank
Nice
you all
to
very
meet you.
much. I appreciate
Yes.
it. All right.
I really like your hair, I really like your hair, Judy.
Oh, thank you.
You look adorable. All right. See y'all later.
All right. Take
Bye.
care. Bye.
Sorry, William. Next time we'll hear you.